would take a look at build orders there if that's something you want to see, because build orders are really helpful. It's like, for example, each player here knows when to send villagers to wood, gold, etc. And AOC Zone has build orders for each build. So if you want to learn maybe 3 or 4 core build orders, that's really helpful. You can maybe learn a flush, scouts. Oh my gosh, look at this. JonSnow cannot find his sheep. Learn like 3 or 4 build orders and then go from there. In the end, once you become a good player, you become a good player because you're versatile. Like, you figure out, the things I talked about last game where, your resources are too high in one area and you want to do one thing, so you just adjust. But okay, JonSnow is playing as Teutons in this game. This is the last game they're playing today, apparently. Tatoh is playing as Mayans, and this is going to be rough for JonSnow. Tatoh as Mayans going to be huge for him, and also look at this. He does have 2 relics on the right-hand side and 1 in his base. So Tatoh, I think, benefiting from the map again. Mayans can do what JonSnow did last game and build that castle on the front. And then the plumed archers are so cheap, they can run around and they can protect the relics. Also, Mayans have a great economy. Now, in the late game, post-Imperial, Teutons win that fight. But you need a lot of resources, you need a lot of time, and obviously players do not have the time at this level. I'll take a quick look at the map. JonSnow, he has the stone in the back. He has 2 stones and a gold in the back, which is good. He has a lot of space here. This is his main gold there. Back here, he's a little cubby of space with an extra gold and stone. In fact, he doesn't have anything on the front except his boar. So, and those, yeah, those are his deer. So that's going to be unfortunate for him. And then we'll look at Tatoh's map, and he has an awkward main gold. It's up against that wood line. He does have a stone to the left of the TC. And oh man, you know what? Look at this. He has a stone here as well, which he's not really going to be able to collect because there's 2 wood lines on either side. But he can collect this one. That's enough for a castle at least. He has space back here, 2 golds, and more golds out here. Both maps pretty good. You guys just got your bets in, and you got to take a look at the maps as well. So, you got to cheat a little bit. You can thank me for that later after you win, or blame me if you lose. But like I said, if this does get to the Imperial Age, like a post-Imperial Age, JonSnow can get Siege Onager, and that's going to be devastating to everything the mines can produce. If the mines then go Eagles, of course, Teutons get Elite Teutonic Knight, they get hand cannons, Paladins, but you rarely see Teutonic Knights to begin with, Paladins on Arena, just things you don't see. Especially with JonSnow involved. JonSnow likes these 1-2 TC pushes with high aggression and low economy, so it's the complete opposite with him. I would have to agree, JonSnow definitely has the best map, but he does not have the best civilization here. But it's all down to the style, and it's all down to the build orders, really. One thing I noticed is that the wood's going to be annoying for JonSnow. If Tatoh goes plumed archers and JonSnow is probably expecting that, JonSnow's not going to have a good spot for a lumber camp. Like, if he puts a TC in a lumber camp here, he's eventually going to cut through, and plumed archers and even monks can range that. And the same goes with eventually this area as well. That's going to be annoying. Like, this is going to be the only safe area for him. Maybe up here. I don't know. It's just the little things you can touch on. But I guess if you're Teutons here, you could always go aggressive in the Castle Age. Mayans players never go with monks, they always go with a castle. Mainly, or just go into full boom and then castle in the Imperial Age, so it's always the same. You could go with castle aggression. Maybe some mangonels, a forward castle. JonSnow could try all of that. But it's risky, because if Tatoh goes for that forward castle, he's not going to be able to do anything with mangonels. Just never know. Tato's going to try and lure in these deer now, which is very good for him. Keep in mind, JonSnow has his way out here. He's not going to be able to do that. And then Tatoh also has the better economy civ. We're just catching up to a pause, I guess. And it looks like Tatoh is going to go for that castle, which is a smart move. And it's so easy to do with Mayans as well because of the great economy. So he's going back to the stone. Now, last time JonSnow, he committed to that castle. He went with 1 TC as well after that. Tatoh might go for a late castle. He might opt to go with 2 or 3 TCs. Well, an extra 1 or 2 TCs first. Because he's only sending 2 to stone. And Tatoh also got loom, which I find interesting as well. Again, you know, Mayans and Chinese on an open map, you always see get loom in the early game, but on arena, sometimes you don't see players do that. I guess it's just player preference. I'm going to look at players scouting, because obviously relics are important. Looks like Tatoh has missed out on seeing this one, but he does see the 1 in his base, obviously, and he sees the 2 here. Am I missing one? I feel like that's 4. Where's the other one? 1, 2. Oh, it's right there. Okay, I'm blind. Does he see that one? No, he does not see that one. JonSnow, meanwhile, is just now getting his scouting in, and he only sees that. Wow, that's pretty bad, but he might see these now. $25 vils for JonSnow. His economy's... Well, if you compare the food, I mean, it's not near as good as Tatoh. But he will... Oof, it's going to be close for him. Somehow these players always figure it out, but it's not going to be as comfortable. He's going for that market blacksmith. Same old for this fast castle, right? And then beyond that, we'll have to pay attention. But he's at 600 food. He needs 200 more. He only has 5 on berries. He does have farmers here. I always get scared for players, and they always figure it out. Like, I'm looking at this, and I'm like, I don't know. But he's probably going to figure this out once he sends all these villagers in here. And all the villagers to the mill. So he's fine. I'm just going to let you guys witness it. It wasn't perfect. Definitely wasn't perfect. He has some idle time. But there you go. He's clicked up. Tatoh. Keep in mind that Tatoh has 2 extra villagers, and he's clicked up at the same time. So definitely was a little bit off from JonSnow. And he is going with more villagers to stone now. And Tatoh going to go for that aggressive castle. Definitely going to put that up early. That surprises me. Because if you look, he has 3 farms. He has some villagers on berries, but he doesn't have much else going on with food. He's seeding some farms now, but he's definitely not going for that second town center right away. So he's going for the castle. And this could be good for JonSnow, because JonSnow's not going for a castle. So he's just going full boom. So maybe if he has the time to boom up, he can push Tatoh back. If the Tatoh's plumed archers and castle and all of that is, you know, too much of a commitment. Is Tatoh going forward? Because he just deleted that. Oh boy. Change of plans, boys and girls. Because Tatoh's going forward. You rarely see this at this level, because normally players can deny it.
Woo 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 woo. Did you check the new sweet sound that I can make? Hee 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 hee. Cap on Emma sucks.
Thank you for the donation, man. Thank you so much. I really do appreciate it, but this is something you just don't see. I feel bad when I get a donation, because I'm like, back to casting, but seriously, you just don't see it. Normally players can deny it at this level. Tato's gonna try and put it up. JonSnow isn't aware. Castle's going up. JonSnow still doesn't know what's going on, guys. This is great. So Tato's going aggressive. We have the monastery town center. JonSnow probably is going to want to go for a siege workshop. He still does not know. This is huge. Scouting is so important, guys. It is so important. I think he's going to go for another town center. This could be costly if he still does not know. Yes, oh my gosh. He just wasted wood that he could have used for a siege workshop. And look at the timing. Castle's about to go up and fire on his wall. That's a waste of 275 wood. He actually doesn't see that. Check that out. And now he does. And Tato's going to be piling on the pressure. So we're going to see JonSnow with 3 town centers try and defend this. Now the one good thing for him is his town centers are in a good spot to defend. Like if he walls in towards here, he's in an okay position. But we know what Tato's going to do. He might even go for another castle actually. He still has 4 on stone. We know he's going with plumed archers. Question is, how many can he make as he queues up 3 more? Right now, Tatoh does have fletching. He's about to be in. Still no siege workshop from JonSnow, so he is in a dangerous spot. And he got the 3 town centers up early, but he's unable to produce from them. Tatoh actually has 4 extra villagers. Tatoh was probably thinking about it, and he's like, you know what, in the post-imperial age, just like T90 was saying, I can't deal with Teutons, so I'm going to pile on the pressure, and plumed archers coming in, and they can pick off villagers, especially when Bodcanero comes in, which might not come in anytime soon. JonSnow has to be careful there's no holes in his walls. Also, Tatoh might be tempted to run underneath the town center at some point. There you go, villager could go down. Well, nope. Only JonSnow is going to mass monks against plumed archers, but he didn't get any, but the monk is now in the town center. There's the siege workshop from Tatoh, so he's going with the mangonels, I assume, and plumed archers. And a watchtower from JonSnow. Interesting move. Is he going to be able to get it up? Not yet. He's stonewalling. Like I've said before, JonSnow knows how to play arena. He knows how to deal with the pressure. He's level on villagers now. Tatoh is still on 1 town center, and he's going for a monastery to collect some relics to help out with the gold. But Tatoh hasn't really done anything yet. And the walls have come up from JonSnow. He's gonna get a tower up. He's Teutons. This is interesting, and it looks like JonSnow's response is going to be to eventually get a castle up defensively. But for now, towers will do. I wonder if Tato's like, okay, this isn't going to work out. I need a town center pronto. Or I wonder if he's going to run in with another castle, which would be a risk, actually. They're saying that JonSnow, my surprise, still has no siege workshop, so might not be as much of a risk as I thought. It's funny, Tatoh ran in here, now he's run out. Like he knows he's not going to do anything. He has a mangonel and a battering ram in this siege workshop, and he has enough stone for another castle, and he has a lot of villagers forward, so he might think about it. Now if he puts a castle here, that's going to be in range of the town center and the watchtower, depending on where he puts it, but it's going to take out that main gold. There is gold in the back for JonSnow. That's great for him. But JonSnow has 400 stone, though. You can always build a defensive castle, and look at that, Tato's actually building it there. I don't like that position from Tatoh. Why have all this military and not use it? Why not put the castle further forward? I don't like that choice. I feel like he's expecting JonSnow to have some mangonels or something, but JonSnow's like, screw that, I don't need that. I'll just use a tower. That's all I need against 20 military. Outpost from Tatoh. Like, seriously, Tatoh has to expect more. He has to expect 3 or 4 mangonels from JonSnow. JonSnow's not making anything. And Tato's gonna push, though. He has 2 castles to create plumed archers. He's making battering rams, and he has a mangonel. We're gonna see a big push, but JonSnow could get a castle up. This guy, he's gonna click up to Imp, he's gonna put a castle up shortly, but he needs to put it up soon. And even if he puts it up on the front, the battering rams could take it down, so he really needs some mangonels behind it. He's selling resources. This guy, he has balls. Seriously. He sees 2 castles. Why are you clicking up to Imp? This is insane. I just don't get it. Okay, there's the siege workshop and there's the castle. Okay. And he's clicked up to Imp. Well, he hasn't done it yet, but which TC is he going to use? Hopefully not one of these 2. Oh gosh, he's used that one. No, bad idea. Cancel it and use this one. JonSnow, no, not like this. Maybe he's hoping the castle will save it. Oh man, why use that one? Why not use that one? Anyway, plumed archers coming in. A lot of plumed archers. That TC is gonna go down. The villagers are gonna die. The tower's gonna go down. I don't know why JonSnow clicked up the imp. He doesn't have much to defend this, but he does have resources in the back. Keep that in mind. JonSnow's gonna run away. That TC's at 36%. A lot of vills are gonna go down. Plumed archers, taking them off. But oh my gosh, JonSnow. JonSnow, why would you do that? Tato's gonna take this town center out. It makes no sense. Is he gonna repair it? I think he's gonna repair it. This is gonna be funny to watch. Can he keep it up? It's a 60%. You know what? There's still a Maginot. Yes, look at this. JonSnow, he's gonna keep it alive, isn't he? Oh my gosh, look at the HP of the town center. It's at 700. Oh, he can't actually repair it. He has no wood. He has no wood. Attack with the villagers. He's gonna lose it. He's buying wood. Repair it. Oh, he probably could have done it, but he ran out of wood. Are you kidding me? That's hilarious. And now he's clicked up to imp with this TC. That's great, man. That's great. That's hilarious. Oh, that'll teach you. He's gonna build a mill here. He's 2 Mangonels. He could kill a lot of plumes, but Tato's probably gonna try and lure these Mangonels towards his Mangonel. And 1 for 1 there. But that is hilarious. And what, like, seriously, what's the play for JonSnow now? He's at 54 vills, and he's gonna be in the Imperial Age, I assume. But I don't understand what's going on with him. He's all over the place. Meanwhile, Tatoh, he has a ton of resources, and when he big shot, when he hits the Imperial Age, it's going to be bad for JonSnow. JonSnow is probably going to go for Onager, I guess. Push back with some Trebs or something, but Tato's going to click up, and he has just done so. Tato's PCs, of course, are in a safe position because he has all the map control. Sorry to bring that up again, JonSnow. But man, that was ugly, and this is ugly. All of this is ugly for JonSnow now. The Tatoh is just going to continue to create some Mangonels and some plumes. And keep in mind, Tatoh now has, well, he's going to have 4 relics in a second once that monk takes that back. But that was funny. That was funny. JonSnow would have already been in the Imperial Age, and he's just about to get there. The spec dashboard kind of bugs out when a TC goes down, so he's just reached the Imperial Age. But you know what? His resources aren't looking too bad. Is he idling that TC? He tends to do that in situations like this. Well, I'll keep an eye on it. It looks like he's not creating any villas right now. He's getting Onager, and he's probably going to go for a Treb and another castle. But we're gonna have to see some good micro from JonSnow, because, you know, Tatoh, he has some Mangonels here, and good micro from Tatoh. At least pick 1 off. But if JonSnow is unable to clear out the Mangonels and plumed archers, this castle's not going to go up. And look at that micro from Tatoh. Those villagers cannot get close to that castle and the plumed archers. Are they still going to go in for it? Go, Bills, go! They both went down at the same time. Mangonel's on 3 HP. Sorry, villagers. Better luck next time. And there's the castle. Oh, man. The ballsy castle. A ballsy castle from JonSnow. But he has Onagers, and I think Tato's gonna try and stop this. I could be wrong. I mean, he can go Trebs, of course. But I'd like to see Tatoh run in and try and out-micro those two. I guess I'm wrong. Castle's gonna go up. First Treb out from JonSnow. He's actually, believe it or not, only 3 villas behind Tatoh. They both have 2 castles, and already 1 Treb for JonSnow. Onager's gonna be huge. As you can see, 1 Mangonel not killing that Onager. And what's the play from Tatoh? Well, Tatoh has everything on the front. This is still a game. I think that just my tone led you to believe that Tatoh had this one in the bag, but I was obviously not paying attention. The population may lead you to believe that Tatoh's in the lead, but he can lose his plumed archers quickly to the onagers, and you don't even see Bracer on those plumed archers, and Tatoh's in the Imperial Age. Tatoh's going to lose one castle. I think that JonSnow's going to lose that one, though. And we could see some big shots. Still up, and now it's down for JonSnow. Each player has one castle. Looks like 4 trebs for Tatoh, though, and 3 for JonSnow. One Mangonel firing for Tatoh. Is it going to do anything? I bet you he hopes it does, but it's not doing anything. I mean, ideally for Tatoh, he can go Eagles, but he doesn't have the resources to do that. JonSnow now has his main gold, and he's going to take out Tatoh's castle, and Tatoh has just been producing plumed archers. He's not going to be able to do that. Tatoh could lose the front. Again, we have to keep in mind that Tatoh has the relics. Tatoh's running away. He's trying to use his trebuchets to pick off these onagers, which he could still do. But the onagers are going to go in and try and pick off the plumed archers and the trebs. JonSnow's going in. Good micro from Tatoh, but he just lost 2 trebuchets. He could lose plumed archers here as well. Well, he didn't lose too many plumes, but he's lost 3 trebs, and that's a huge loss for him. But still, it's going to be a slow push for JonSnow. As Tatoh loses a ton of units, oh my gosh, it's going to be a slow push for JonSnow. He only has onagers and trebs. Both players pretty much doing that now. His Mangonel's still coming out for Tatoh, which I don't really get. He doesn't have onager yet, but he has to do something. This game has slowed down now. Both players struggling for economy. Tatoh has more town centers, and JonSnow is still idling his. This just goes against everything I know. You just never idle your town center, but he just does it. And he just pushes out with whatever he has. He's like, 54 villas is enough. Okay, now he's going to create some more. But the guy really is good. Tatoh needs the onager upgrade. He's losing these fights. Good micro from him with that Mangonel, though. It's not going to be enough. Siege Workshop's going to go down. Plumed Archers not going to do anything this game, that's for sure. And Elite Eagle from Tatoh. Great move. He has barracks here. He's going for another Siege Workshop. I like that. I like that a lot. Ooh! Does JonSnow see the barracks, though? With that one scout? Yes, he does. Oh, man, that's huge. And he wants to build a castle. Can you believe it? The scouting from JonSnow. Well, maybe he doesn't see it because the villagers just ran to their deaths. But I think he's still going to go for a castle. JonSnow does this every time. The ballsy castles. He has 1 or 2 Teutonic Knights coming out, but it's not going to be enough against Mass Eagles. Not going to protect the onagers. He's sending the trebs right after the barracks and the siege workshops, but he needs a castle up, man. He needs a castle. He's going to lose everything. Oh, man. This is so good for Tatoh. This is very good for Tatoh. He's going to clear out all the trebs, and he's going to clear out all the onagers. Good split from Tatoh. Well played. And what was JonSnow thinking? Honestly, what was he thinking? I just don't get it. And there's the GG. What was that? What was that? You have all that stone. What are you doing? Build a castle here. Build a what was that? Start building the castle. Get the castle up before you attack like that. Doesn't make any sense. You don't send onagers after eagles. Like, eagles can get to the base of the onagers and the trebs and pick it off. The one thing Tatoh needs to do against the army composition from JonSnow is exactly what he did. And JonSnow saw it, and he ran in anyway. I don't get it. I don't get that. But still a good game. And that was really funny. It was really funny to see JonSnow lose his TC like that. Because he ran out of wood. Like, he would have probably kept the town center up. That's not something you see every day. But then again, this is not something you see every day either at this level. But then again, JonSnow is just a different type of player. There's the economy. Here's the technology. Society. Tatoh did have the relics in the end. Timeline. You get to see the battle axes. Alright. I think they're finished.